federal judge today deciding whether to dismiss complaints against the Clark County School District that started when a 15-year-old's mother claimed that her daughter had to perform an obscene sexual activity as a class assignment.
Yeah, Crisis in the Classroom investigative reporter Tiffany Lane was inside the courtroom today. She has all the details for us.
Yeah, this is a story we've been covering the last few months. The students' parents are suing the district, the superintendent, and several school officials for the assignment and several incidents that followed. Today, hearing in federal court as the district asked for complaints to be dismissed. Let's provide some context on what led up to that lawsuit. Kendra and Terrell Evans are suing CCSD after they say their then 15-year-old daughter had to perform a monologue in a theater class at Las Vegas Academy of the Performing Arts last year. The family claims their daughter and other students in the class were told to memorize and perform monologues written by other students and approved by their teacher in March. The monologue that was quoted in the lawsuit references a girl coming out to her boyfriend and breaking up with him, then referencing male genitalia. The family is claiming a violation of First Amendment rights in this situation. In court today, where we could not have cameras inside, the attorney representing the district argued that the student was not forced to adopt any beliefs from the monologue that was performed.
I just don't know what parent would be okay with their daughter or any child having to read something like that for a class assignment.
The judge dismissed some of the claims but gave room to amend the family's complaint. Another main claim we heard about in court had to do with an incident that happened after the monologue. Kendra's microphone was shut off during public comment at a school board meeting when she began to read the monologue to the school board to voice her concerns. She says one of the trustees told her to use decorum. That's when the mic went silent. The district attorney argued in court that Kendra was still able to express her viewpoint on the assignment and was allowed to speak the allotted time given for the comment after the mic was then turned on again. The court denied CCSD's motion to dismiss Kendra's claim that her First Amendment was violated at the board meeting.
She did keep that claim in that they did violate that we can move forward with them violating my First Amendment rights. I've felt that, but it was validation for me.
The judge gave until April 20th to file amendments. Kendra's team says it plans on pursuing the lawsuit. I've reached out to the district for comment, and the communications team says CCSD does not comment on pending litigation. We will continue to follow up on this story that has received national attention. Now send your tips on this story and other issues impacting our schools. You can scan the QR code on your screen. You can also email schooltips@news3lv.com or call 702-805-0489.
Problem is being called pervasive and overwhelming by the DMV. They're talking about counterfeit temporary license tags.
News 3's Brett Forrest joins us live outside the DMV office on Sahara. And Brett, the DMV can prosecute the buyers and sellers, but it isn't that simple.
Yeah, Jim, Marie, good evening. So many people may not even realize this, but the DMV has a compliance enforcement division. Now, these are officers who can investigate, arrest, and even charge people for breaking the law. Think stolen identities, stolen vehicles, things like that. Now, when it comes to these fake temporary paper license plate tags, they say not only are these illegal, but they're also posing a public safety hazard.
And this one's Nevada, and it's listed in Las Vegas, but you say these aren't as common here? Just because
they're not.
Meet J.D. Decker. He's the chief of Nevada DMV's Compliance Enforcement Division. He and I are going through some postings on Facebook Marketplace, finding several selling counterfeit temporary license tags. Decker can spot the forgeries even on a blurry photo.
Is this kind of common to what you're seeing here?
Yeah, so this is, like, that's the font for California. This California font is not used by California, so that's a fake one.
The problem isn't new. Last year, authorities busted a crime ring out of the Texas DMV that had flooded the country with hundreds of thousands of fake tags. That operation was shut down, but fraudsters adapted.
And scam artists realized, well, why have a real temp tag anyway? I can counterfeit one that looks like it comes from some other state. Local law enforcement isn't used to seeing the real ones, so they're not going to recognize the fake ones.
Fake Nevada tags aren't the main concern. Because of how many tourists are visiting and out-of-staters are moving to Vegas, Decker says it's a prime location to trick officers who aren't used to seeing various out-of-state paper tags.
It's overwhelming. Again, I have 29 sworn officers.
His division is small, but he says they issue thousands of citations a year. And buyer beware, fines for fake government documents are close to $1,000.
I think at this point, 4 out of 10 people that we cite claim to not have known that it wasn't legit.
Decker says many of these cars using fake tags are likely salvaged or modified vehicles that should not be on the road.
So it's more than just being illegal, it's a public safety issue too?
It really is. I mean, you don't pay $60 for a temp tag for a vehicle that you could otherwise register.
Now, when it comes to these online sellers, Decker says it's been difficult to actually track them down. A lot of them are out of their jurisdiction, not even in the state of Nevada, some not even in the country. He tells me he tracked one seller down in the Bahamas. Now, Decker says his best advice is just don't buy these paper tags on social media or other websites. And if you really do need a Nevada moving permit, one of our own paper tags here in the state, those cost a whole $1. Reporting live from the DMV, I'm Brett Forrest, News 3.
Just $1. All right, Brett, thank you.
Subscribe to News 3 on YouTube at News 3 Las Vegas.